So Joe, it's not a pain point. And again, this is not something that people really care about unless they get sued.
Unless they're getting sued.
Okay, so how, if you're a small business, e-commerce, higher educational institution, how important is this to have this fixed?
It's extremely important. So from a higher education standpoint and from a government entity standpoint, it's
a must.
It's a must. From a small business standpoint, you may be able to get away with it, but why take the risk?
Unless you get sued.
Of course.
And the moment there's a lawsuit, you're looking at settling, correct? And so it's important, but unfortunately, people are not paying attention to it unless they get sued by somebody. And if you're getting sued, it doesn't mean that you have to pay up. It means that you have to be able to show, and it's a settlement at the end of the day. It will probably not go to court. You have to show, hey, here is what we have been able to do. Here is how compliant we are. And unfortunately, there's not one place that says you're compliant or you're not compliant. There are hundreds of checklists and software that check for ADA compliance, but there's not one source that tells you, okay, you're compliant, you pass, you are not compliant. So for a few $100s for small businesses and for a few $1,000s for educational institutions and etc., most of the time you can have this become ADA compliant. And it doesn't mean you will not get sued, but it means if you get sued, the lawyer that's suing you will probably not proceed with anything because they can see that you have covered your angles. Remember, these lawyers that are filing these lawsuits, they are not sitting down looking at your website in detail. They are sending this in mass, in bulk. So it's not like somebody's gonna see your site, look at it, determine it's not ADA compliant and sue you. They could still sue you if you're fully ADA compliant. But what this does, what you do, is you're protecting yourself. It's kind of like having insurance, right? Nothing might happen, but if something happens, you're covered for it. So this is why we suggest that you pay attention to this. Small businesses, e-commerce companies, software businesses, as well as higher education and federal government entities should all pay attention to this and become ADA compliant, because this is not going anywhere. This is the law in all states, also by the federal government. So it's not going to go anywhere. We actually see this increasing as more attorneys and lawyers try to take advantage of this situation. Not all lawyers are the same. There are attorneys that actually fight this kind of thing, and they help you if somebody ends up suing you. But then again, nobody reads a reason to sue you for ADA compliance. They're just suing you. The only reason is they're trying to settle with you and take money, because they're saying, hey, this visually impaired individual was hurt because they went to your site and you're affecting their rights. They're not able to read your applications or your website, and that's where this comes from.